BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Good morning, everybody. A quick video, really. Nothing much more to say about the overall crypto market. Long story short, it's kind of this simple, really. Long story short, for Bitcoin, we've got two supports. One being the 21 exponential, which we've been hanging around for the last 3 days. Basically, sitting around this exact, more or less this exact level, 26,500. If we lose that, we've got the Bollinger Band Center, which is 26,270 to be specific, which is also the 200 simple moving average on the 4-hourly, which would actually be a golden cross retest on the shorter term time frames. So that is the main place. So this would be do or die, really. So this is something you should all think about right now. So do or die, daily, 4-hourly, super support, 26,250. That's all you need to know. We lose that area, most likely go down to create a new lower low on this current downtrend. Bounce from this area could easily take a V-shaped recovery, the one that we've been talking about this week, really. Right, so that's that, but I'm going to talk about Chainlink today. So Chainlink, one of the biggest hodls. In fact, this is the first big buy of the bear market that I bought when we first dipped our toes into the $6 zone. I thought, right, I'll have a bit of that. And I bought some there, and I've been buying here, and blah, 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 blah. This is an enormous accumulation zone, right? Absolutely epic accumulation zone. And I say to people on the Patreon when we look at it, I say, look, when something accumulates for this period of time, especially something like Chainlink, which again is not under the microscope of the SEC. The SEC are not saying anything about Chainlink. Chainlink is a powerhouse waiting to be released from this zone. Is it going to do it today or tomorrow or next week? No. We've been in this area since, May 2022. We're now September 2023. We've been accumulating between we'll call it between 5 and 950 for what has been like 18 months or more, and is likely to continue in for a 2-year period. Absolutely beastly when this breaks out. Now, week after week, we stay in this zone. It gives us more opportunity to dollar cost average into something which is almost certainly going to make its way back up to its previous all-time highs, and probably a lot more than that. This, in my opinion, is going to perform similar to how Ethereum performed in the last cycle. So we'll be talking a good, from this level now, probably a 10x from this level, I would imagine, and probably more. Look, TA-wise, on the daily with the USDT pair above all major moving averages, we've had our death cross that's been invalidated now. The main area of horizontal support is 660, and then we've got increments on the way down if we were to retest those in the form of Bitcoin pulling back towards that 26,250. So remember that if we do pull back to that level on Bitcoin and bounce from there, all these altcoins will likely bounce up with it, and the ones that will bounce the most will be the ones with the better charts, like this one. This has got a great chart at the moment. Take it to its Bitcoin pair. So everybody complains about sats being lost, but not in the form of Chainlink. Sats have not been lost recently. In fact, this has had a nice uptrend, had a symmetrical triangle, which we broke down from because we were way too close to the end of the apex, way too close. Broke down and crept back up, and now we're above all major moving averages, getting resistance on this horizontal. 2,700 sats, which goes back in time to these areas around here. So look, a break from here is likely to see 3,000 sats and probably a little higher than that, which also allows us to go towards the top of this accumulation zone, which is the famous 940 zone. We've been in this forever, really, where I'd expect a rejection from. So bang, 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 bang. I'm expecting a bit of a bang, to be fair. Momentum has not dwindled. Momentum is quite good. We've got one small drive of bearish divergence possibly brewing today on the daily, but it's not enough to really consider anything like any chaos to emerge from. Now, one thing, if you've not heard me talk about Chainlink, is that Chainlink has previously had a full cycle, and it peaks before everything else. So this one had a huge peak in April 2021, which again peaked with the rest of the market, I suppose, altcoin market. But prior to that, the Bitcoin pair actually peaked in August of 2020, before the alt season. So looking at this chart, this is a slow and steady wins the race, consistent in a bear market and a bull market, outperforming Bitcoin. This is a decent diversifier, if you want to call it that, for a crypto portfolio. So people who want to just buy and hold and stake, or just buy and just hodl, really, ought to be hodling some Chainlink. It's too risky not to have. It's one of those altcoins similar to, I suppose, something like XRP, which doesn't necessarily suggest that you're going to like become a millionaire from it, but it can and has in the past performed separately to all the other coins and Bitcoin itself. It's a diversifier. So if you're going to be having an altcoin portfolio, as much as altcoins and crypto can diversify from each other, they mostly all trend together. But this has shown that it can not just outperform Bitcoin, but it's slightly different to all the other altcoins in the way that it outperformed on the way up and on the way down and peaked before everything else. So if we're going to see some form of repetitive market cycle for Chainlink, you'd expect it to do a similar kind of thing. Now, whether it meets the same amount of sats is a different story. Can't really guarantee anything like that because we don't know the power of Bitcoin or anything like that, but it's definitely possible that we can do that. I'll be looking at it more along these lines on its tether pair, because we've been accumulating for, like I say, we're probably going to stay in this accumulation for a 2-year period. That's an enormous amount of time to be in a 100% range. You break out from there after such a long period of accumulation, it's going to be a absolutely explosive move. One that's going to, in my opinion, reach up towards and probably above the $100 mark. Right, so with that said, I'll leave it with you there. I just wanted to point it out to you that not all altcoins are created equal. Some old, boring ones are most likely going to be some of the best ones you should hold. You're not looking to make thousands of X's. You're looking to make profit, and I'm pretty sure that this one is one of the only altcoins that I would say you're guaranteed to make consistent money from over this next cycle. Some altcoins will turn to fairy dust, some altcoins will explode, whereas this one should be slow and steady wins the race and moves up to do a 10x or more. Right, thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.